yeah, I don't know what I want to say about it. But I've done 4 of them now, once a month. So I guess it was May, April, March, and February.
For
Um,
what? Sorry, for
Right.
what? You
For
said,
empathy circle. So I
oh,
started
oh, okay, okay, yeah.
on a specific topic. So the first
Mhm.
climate change, and then I did, I can't even remember now. Goodness.
You did a conflict. You did a
Self-love. Sorry?
you did a conflict, didn't you?
Yeah, I did interpersonal conflicts,
Mhm.
uh, the last one, and then the one before that I did with a student, and she did the inner critic. Um, so, and we're gonna do shame next. I'm gonna do shame with a student.
Oh, wow.
And and so the project does a couple of things. It creates a guided focusing exercise on a specific topic. Because we record that, we do that. It creates usually 2 or sometimes 3 demonstrations of focusing, because somebody focuses, somebody listens, and that's recorded. And then
Maybe, and then maybe you could just give them the outline of the structure, and then they'll.
yeah, we start with a guided exercise. Then we have 2 rounds of empathy circle where there's a focuser, there's a listener. And then after the focusing, people are invited to offer an empathic reflection. And that could be like an interactive focusing where it's a metaphor, you get the essence, you get an image or something. Or sometimes people offer the felt sense, what they felt, or a word. It's not restricted as much. And it can be something in being with the session, like something that kind of feels like it's coming through you for them, or it can be something that touched your material, and it's like what got stirred up in you in listening to the material. So it's a empathic reflection, widely, the invitation is for a wide variety of reflections. And then we usually have some breakout room practice for people to share privately, if they don't want to share in the big group, because it's recorded, or even just because it's nice to share privately. Yeah, so that's the gist of it. And it was, I think the tricky part for me was believing people would come to something that was recorded and was going to be on YouTube. To be that vulnerable. Like I think that was a bit of an edge. And the first one I did, there was only 4 of us. There was me and 3 others. Of course. But we've had like a dozen people at some of the other ones. So, and then I did it in Help for Helpers on Monday, on climate change. So some of you were there and got to experience that. So, and I think what I like about it, and I think it's true, is people are really having some self-compassion with that common humanity piece about seeing other people's experience and then getting to reflect on it for themselves, that they appreciate that. Yeah. So I think I'll open it up for dialogue. I don't want to say much more than that.
I liked on Monday how you presented, well, there was a little clip, a little video or something, but with one person speaking up, I mean, one person taking a leadership role and something, and I mean, the video was just somebody being silly and dancing on the beach. And he was alone.
That was in my blog.
Okay.
Yeah.
One person joined, and it was talking about the second person joining somebody was the most important in something like this, and getting it. And then once there were 2, there was a third and a fourth, and I ended up with a whole group of people having fun on the beach. So what it has left me with is a more motivation to speak up regarding environmental issues, because I usually, when I just say a little something, nobody responds. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna do more of it anyway. And hope that I can get a second person and maybe a third person, but you know, whether I'm talking to grandkids, you know, like that. I mean, I still do, but I don't often expect anything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm going to
Yeah.
hope for more reaction, and if I can get one person to respond, maybe I'll get a third.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked that concept. That,
Yeah. That was the first follower.
yeah, motivated me.
But the first follower, now it's not a crazy lone person dancing. Now it's two people dancing. And then the second person to be the follower. Now there's three, and then it just snowballs in the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, for me, the project was to take it outside of the changes group where they were private, and I'd been doing them for 2 years. In a breakout room, they're not recorded. So my project was to say, okay, this does something, this works, people like it. Let's take it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So for me, that was my project.
yeah.
Take it out into the community in the sense of that people can see it and be drawn to come in person.
Mhm.
They'll have something to see, they'll know what they're coming to.
I would like to say something of my experience a few years ago when I attended somebody else's empathy circle. What disappointed me was that you talk so fast in English, and then there were little reflection at the time. So I wasn't able to take in and then just observe it and then come up with my words. I think the English-speaking people went so fast that I was discouraged so much that I didn't appear anymore. So I just wondered, in interactive, I as you explained right now, I thought you are taking a lot, the same common procedures as interactive focusing.
Similar.
Like, you know, yeah, and but we go much, much slower. Yeah. Even taking a gesture and then here, would you like to reflect? And then the listener receives and pauses and then gives the reflection. And that way, I think we can go inside better and feel the felt sense much better.
Is that the only difference, Ms. Sumi, between the empathy circle and interactive focusing? I'm asking because I don't know.
Well,
That the
I
interactive.
have to know empathy circle better at this recent ones, but it seems the procedures, it's like a round robin interactive focusing. We often do it paired.
I think it's a little bit different structure, and it would be wonderful if the two of you got together, you know, and had a dialogue about the differences and how it works.
I think
Yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say, one of the differences is it's similar in that both focusing are on the same topic because we've come together for a same topic, but the second focuser isn't necessarily responding to material from the first focusing. They might be responding to what came to them in the exercise at the beginning. So sometimes they carry on and they go, oh, that moved me and I'd like to stay with that. And so there's a thread, and sometimes it's just the same topic, but they're not as connected or following. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's a big difference, I think.
Yeah.
We stick to the speakers, storytellers subject, and then try to be with it, try to reflect, and then say. Yeah. But I'm interested, and because you can manage it with a group of people in a same topic.
Yeah.
Yes, but if they follow the way we do, just taking pauses and then just reflecting and go very much slowly, it's like the round robin of interactive focusing.
Hmm.
And also, sometimes it's so nice to have a good essence. Try to catch the listener, tries to catch the essence of the whole story of the previous person.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be a very different part.
Yeah, because when the group gives their reflections, they're reflecting from all over the place at the beginning, the middle, the end, something that comes now. It's more like a bird song or something, right? Like it's just it's like it's a yeah.
I think that's what interested me about it the most, is that it was as you know, I'm so interested in the interaction first, the sense of the conversation having its own life, and not being prescribed by the leader. And in this, it seemed like you start with the focusing, but then the reflection, it can go where it wants to go. Not, but the thing that's different than a conversation is that you aren't losing track of that first person who focused.
Yeah.
You're anchored to that, but then you can go to whatever it is that the organism of the felt sense of the us leads you to.
Right.